Because if you don't, you're gonna go ahead and get into the woke mindset of things. Again,
indeed.
evil apologists. If you're strong, this is going to make you stronger. If you're weak initially, this is going to make you the abuser.
Moral relativism. This is explaining, well, there's no good and there's no evil when you lump everything in together. So I happen to look at the date of when this person made this post. It's the same day that Flash Gets, Tom and Don, put out their video on why humanity is the good guys in Warhammer 40K.
I gotta talk about this briefly. I'm gonna try, because it's a huge rant for me. I'm gonna try to contain myself. So, I became the 40K Empress around 6 years ago, and people gave me that basically name and title, kinda. That was their idea. That was the audience idea of me, because they saw me like that. There were not many girls in 40K, or they're called something else, or their channels are not strictly for 40K. Now, of course, there's others, but the point is, I was the 40K Empress. I'm the 40K Empress, literally, since then. I did not give myself this name. This is not an ego thing. I had to be called something. People said, why not the Empress, the 40K Empress? Yeah. And I said, well, that is even better for people to give me that name. I shouldn't give that to myself. I'm happy. But then several other girls came out with God, Empress of Mankind, like this one right here, or Queen Kaya of whatever. Some people know who Queen Kaya is. She was the Empress, or the 40K Empress also. She changed her name when I called her out, I think. She was coming out with a bunch of woke crap, D&D. It's awesome that D&Ds are gay and whatever you can imagine that's woke. Now, I don't know this girl. I don't know this girl who she is. But also, a few weeks ago, we did cover the topic of chaos is truly evil. And although the Imperium is doing bad things, they are not inherently evil. So she brings some points here. We're gonna read them real quick, and we're gonna discuss, again, as fast as possible. So, Tsunami, can you read her post?
This comes from New Ray. In Warhammer 40K, every faction is capable of evil, not just chaos. The Imperium lobotomizes people into servitors, throws bodies into penal legions, and wipes planets with exterminatus. Eldari will sacrifice entire human systems to save a single future thread. Drukhari, wow. Survive through torture. That's amazing that you brought that up. Tau enforce the greater good with indoctrination and makes dissenters disappear. Necrons erase civilizations out of convenience. In 40K, you pick your villain and root for them, because at the end of the day, they're all just pieces on board, fighting to conquer each other while insisting their way is the only right one.
Okay,
Really?
And then people wrote to her and they argued, and that's some great arguments there. First of all, yeah, we talked about this, guys. Of course that everybody is doing evil in 40K, but there's a lot of other things that she's not mentioning. There are a lot of other worlds in 40K. Even Gilliman's system alone has a lot of worlds, and some of those worlds are prospering and whatever. It's not all, whatever she explained. Of course, all the Xeno races have their own agenda. The Tau pretend to work for the greater good while killing in the name of the greater good. There's a lot of that. And the other thing is, of course, that chaos is born from all the factions and humans' evil emotions and thoughts and deeds and whatever. Yes, of course. But the thing is that that's what makes chaos evil, because it's born from the worst of humanity. But humanity and the other races, they're not all evil. There are Eldari that are better. There are Eldari that are the worst, like Drukhari. Probably there are Tau. Actually, there are Tau that do have some great, like, moral positions. I mean, they're not all, like, bad. There's never, like, all bad. Maybe the Necrons, but at this point, maybe they're all bad. But there's always some glimpse of at least reasoning and intelligence in there. But with chaos, that's not the case. That's the thing. So, coming from those civilizations, having to be created by all of the civilizations combined, all the evil of those races, whatever, that's totally different, because this is only a percentage of what they are. It's not who they are. She wants to make the argument that they are evil, so this is now, here you go, chaos is created. No, they are not all evil. That's ridiculous.
She's making it out to look as if you're a new fan who just reads this, you'll be kind of confused.
Okay, let's read some of these.
All factions are capable of evil, yes, but chaos is evil. Warhammer is fundamentally about surviving and upholding societal order. The main focus being humanity's order since they're the current ones in power, but any other faction can usurp them. Her response: Chaos is a reflection of the galaxy's own excess. Nurgle is a quote-unquote kind father who takes away pain. Khorne is rage and honor without restraint. Tzeentch is ambition made sentient, and Slaanesh is indulgence taken too far. Chaos didn't invade the galaxy created it. And the very best part of the setting is that with good enough writing, you can have relatable and sympathetic characters within each of those factions. But these tourists don't read, so they will never see them. Her. There are so many redeemable, sometimes genuinely good characters in Warhammer 40k, and they're the most tragic ones because the galaxy doesn't reward goodness, and it rarely lets it survive.
Hold on. You skipped a few that I wanted you to read. So after she
What?
said chaos is a reflection, the galaxy own excess.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to keep reading post by post.
No.
You're conflating the work for chaos and all those positive attributes. Have been confirmed to be the propaganda they use to manipulate the weak-minded and joining them. Her. So, like the Emperor being seen as a benevolent, caring god, Alex says, yes, but that doesn't shoot down my point, especially since I've been a huge proponent of the idea that the Imperium of Man is both the heroes and villains of the setting. What? People are the heroes, the bloated bureaucracy is the villain, the church is part of the bureaucracy, likewise the warp is neutral, chaos is evil.
Yes.
Silverwolf says, I would say the Imperium is the protagonist rather than good, but agree with everything else. Warhammer is a story of order versus chaos, and humanity is fighting on two fronts. The first is to maintain its hegemony, and the other is to defeat the forces of chaos.
Okay, hold on. So basically, they replied to her very good. They explained that evil is evil, chaos is evil, humans operate on whatever levels they can to survive, to sum it up. What the Emperor does is not good, but it's definitely better in order to survive, chaos. So there's nuance here. There's nuance. There are some inherently good qualities, like I've said in the Astra Militarum as soldiers. They have integrity, loyalty, love towards each other and the Imperium. The same with a lot of the loyalist Astartes. A lot, not all, but you know what I mean. The important part is for us, especially in today's times, guys, to realize the differences between good and evil and what is in the middle. Because if you don't, you're gonna go ahead and get into the woke mindset of things. Again,
indeed.
Evil apologists. Because we have that for years, for at least 10 years. Since the woke stuff started, also the evil apologist kind of a trend started, where everything is not really good or really evil. It's a matter of perspective. No, it's not.
Oh,
It's not.
the Joker was misunderstood. He was just, beaten by his parents and stuff like that, and nobody understood him, and that's why he became evil because he decided so.
Yeah, it's your choice.
It's your choice.
How you're going to react to what is happening to you. So we all have a free will. That's kind of the point. Strong characters become stronger if something happens to them, something bad happens to them, and weaker characters become weaker. It's a similar thing when you get bullied in school.
Yeah.
I have, like he has. We get bullied a lot, and we do not become the bullies ourselves because we're traumatized. No, become stronger people that actually appreciate more themselves, and they want to prove to ourselves and to bad people that we're actually capable. And that's exactly what happened. So if you're strong, this is going to make you stronger. If you're weak initially, this is going to make you the abuser. There's many cases in history where criminals, when you take a look at their backstory, they have been bullied or traumatized from their parents or someone else, which is extremely bad and unfortunate. But how did they handle it? They handle it in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
This is exactly what sometimes is happening. We can see that in nature and through our nature. She can defend evil all she wants, but we see true integrity and true qualities in the Astartes and in humanity. We see why the Emperor wants to fight for humanity so bad. So yeah. Tsunami, anything to add?
I do, actually. I had to look up the word, chat, so I don't think I'm smart. Moral relativism. This is explaining, well, there's no good and there's no evil when you lump everything in together. So I happen to look at the date of when this person made this post. It's the same day that Flash Gets, Tom and Don, put out their video on why humanity is the good guys in Warhammer 40k. They made excellent arguments, so I'm not even going to go ahead and try and make them on my own. You guys need to go ahead and check it out yourselves because they make fantastic arguments for why humanity is basically like, everything else is trying to fucking kill us, so we're going to make up rules and this is how we do things. As for servitors and everything else, I mean, frankly, I live in a very privileged, nice world right now. Why shouldn't rapists and murderers go ahead and be put to, instead of being put to death, make them useful for the rest of fucking, the time, essentially, as long as you can upkeep their technology. So there's a lot of great arguments that I think Tom and Don make. I noted that the day that they released that video, this person went ahead and decided to want to get some clout off of it. Shout out to the grift. That's amazing. I'm not even shitting on it. I think it's great. But it's very transparent why you did it on this day, why you're making this argument. It's ridiculous. Fuck you, fuck Xenos, fuck demons. Humanity for the fucking win for the Emperor. The end.
That was amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah, I watched that video, but I think I was doing several things at once, so maybe I'm gonna rewatch it, the Tom and Don video. But yeah, grifting, whatever. I understand that you're gonna give her credit for that. Okay, fine, but this is not okay to me in general. When you do it, and when you're not actually yourself, you pretend to be somebody else just for the monetary gain or whatever. If you're gonna talk about it, like, be yourself. And maybe because she's already defending evil, that's herself.
Maybe that's herself, yeah.
I can't say like bravo to basically being a troll.
Yeah.
I can never say that, but I get it. Okay, let's move on, guys. So
Yeah,
let me know what you think in the comments.
For the imperium must not fail. Imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might. Their purpose burning crystal bright. To lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.